Hello everybody, my name is Pablo Martinez. I'm a student from the UNED and this is my interview assignment. My first question is, if I was at Parque La Colina Mall, how do I get to San Andresito del Norte? Well, you just have to take the Boyaca Avenue to the north until you get to the 170th Street. Then you make a right turn and you go forward down the 170th Street until you get to the North Freeway. You make an U-turn to take the North Freeway to the north, and in the right side, like 2.5 miles away, you are gonna see San Andresito del Norte next to a McDonald's. The second question is, from San Andresito del Norte, how do I get to the Justice Palace? This is easier. You just have to take all the North Freeway to the south until you get to the 19th Street. You take a left turn and you go forward until the 7th road, and you make a right turn and you go forward until you see the third question is easier to get to the downtown by public transportation or by car? This is your transportation, and the only thing that make it better is because of the traffic. If you go by car in some hours of the day, the traffic is horrible, and you're going to take a long time to get over there. But the public transportation in Colombia has special roads only for the public transportation, and you just go in a route that leaves you over there. What do you think about the public transportation in Bogota? I think that it's not working the way they have to work. Is the insecure has taken all the public transportation. You can go in a bus using your phone without thinking about you are going to get robbed. You don't know when are the buses getting to the station, or if the bus has just passed. Is inconstant. There are hours or times at the day where like 5-6 buses of the same route go in like 5 minutes in just a station, and they are like long periods of time when you are not going to see any of that bus, of that time of bus, of that type of routes of the bus. Do you think that the subway is going to improve the public transportation? Yes, if they do it right. If the subway is going to make the same problem that is not constant, that you don't know anything about the times of arriving, of leaving, and leaving of the subway, is gonna be the same thing as Transmilenio, but like from this period, What do you think about Colombia having a national strike on November 21st? I think it's gonna be a mess. Everyone knows that, but I approve, like kind of approve the national strike, because I am with the part I am with the protestants, because Colombia has a history of corruption. Colombia has a history of doesn't listen to the state. Never listen what students of what the town want to say, and with all the, I think that with all the things and the strikes that are happening in South America, Colombia is gonna make the state to listen. they are not going to stop until the state makes something. Should Colombians support the subway? Yes, but if it's going to, but if the state and the government are going to make it in the right way, if they are going to start taking all the funds, or they are going to start making a bad service, the same thing I said earlier is going to be a Transmilenio. In what way Claudia Lopez positively changed the city? I think I'm not in agreement with Claudia Lopez, because I think she make a lot of noise, but she's not going to make. That's the same thing that happens with Peñalosa. Peñalosa make way too heavy political commercials, but he don't do anything. He take the country to a status quo. The country just was stopped, and I think the same thing is going to happen with Claudia Lopez, because she made a lot of noise, and she's not going to do anything. How should Colombians speak to the police? You don't have there's not a way to speak to a police, because they are not the ones with who do you need to speak. You need to speak to the government. The policemen are just like service of control of the maze. They are just people that control all the protestants that want to speak, that are paid by the government to make them keep quiet. Will Colombia improve in the next 2 years? No. In 2 years, 1 year and a half that Ivan Duque is in the president, he hasn't doing anything, I think. And part of the strike of this 21st of November is that they want to take Duque down, because he's not doing anything with the country. I don't know. Are you having a hard time living in Colombia? Yes, I'm a teenager. A teenager in work, like finding work to make money by himself. It is way too much difficult to find a job, because you are not experienced. You are not like me. I'm not. I don't have medal yet, and find work is too difficult. And also people that have masters, that have all the studies done, people super intelligent, win a little more than the rest of the people. There's not good pay to people that really effort, and the people that are in the government, they don't effort like way too much. You know what I'm saying? They have the less effort, and they win a lot of money, way too much money. I think the government have to pay less to all the people that are in the government. I don't know. Why should a student read more? I think reading is a method of knowledge. If you don't read, you don't know. You know what I'm saying? You can start reading novels or stories. That's not bad. You are taking the habit. But the thing is that we can't stay reading just novels. We have to read philosophy, we have to read math, literature, I don't know, history. We have to read about everything. The ones that don't know the past are going to the ones that don't know their past are going to make the same thing in their future. We have to know. We have to feed our brains with information, and the information is just not seen, nor there is not the information. Just there's no one way, no just one way to get information, to get knowledge, but we have to implement everyone, like speaking, hearing, reading, everything, arts. Will you be running for mayor one day? Maybe. I think it would be like my approach to the country, like try to make things better. Is President Duque doing a great job against corruption? No, he's not doing anything. He has the country stopped. You know, we had a lot of corruption. I think that the president said that he's going to do against it. Are the news channels about the murder of the social leaders? Not. And there's only one reason about why not. Is because they don't say anything. They don't talk about anything about the social leaders. They just said something if it's controversial. If they are social leaders that are, I don't know, like in a low level, that are the most of it, they don't say nothing. In this year, by myself, I have heard about three murder of social leaders. The rest is by myself that I know. Are the fake positives back in Colombia? Not. They never leave. And all the things that happened with the teenagers that were killed in the war, they are fake positives. Why was Jaime Garzón killed? Jaime Garzón was one of the most intelligent people from Colombia, and he exposed all the corruption, all the things that were happening, like in the country, by making comedy, and a lot of people were accused, and a lot of other people were rebelling against the government by knowing all the things that were happening in that were told by Jaime Garzón, and he was killed because accusing the government. And I think that's it. That's my speaking test. That's my interview, and I hope you all have a good day. Thank you.